It's not static. When you put your 200,000 in appreciable assets, by next year it would have increased, it would have appreciated. That's what I mean by appreciable assets. Assets that you know that if you allow it to stay 3, 4, 5 years, it will keep appreciating. That is what is called appreciable assets. And you can't find this everywhere. The foremost place you can find such an asset is in real estate. Real estate is an appreciable asset. And like I said earlier, real estate, we deal in tangible assets. Asset that you can touch, you can feel it, you can touch it. That this thing is real. That's why it's called real estate. So when you are putting your money in real estate, you know that you are doing something that is tangible. Then I said the second type of asset is depreciable asset. These are assets you know that you need. For example, a car is an asset, but it's a depreciable asset. No matter how expensive the car may be, as the year goes by, the value of the car depreciates. There is the law of wear and tears is applied to your car, even your clothes and every other things. But land does not depreciate. Land, the law of diminishing return is not applicable on lands, on properties, on houses. Rather, property appreciates. And that is why people who had foresight are people who had bought into real estate 10, 15 years ago. And that's why you see today, they are billionaires. Name them: Michael Todola, Dangote, the former president of America, Donald Trump. Just name them. They all have assets in different places. I was listening to an interview that this foremost real estate coach, I'm trying to remember his name, Grant Gardos. Pardon me if I didn't get that name right. He was interviewing one man. The man said that he has 30 restaurants and 280 acres of land. One man. He has 30 restaurants and 280 acres of land. What is that man looking for? Imagine, he's made for life. Is made for life. That is why there is no end to your purchase of land. There is no end to your purchase of houses. You keep buying because the more you buy, the more you sell. And that's what Mr. Adeleke will be telling us tonight, how you will sell your real estate as a realtor, as a consultant, and make profit. So take note of those two types of assets. I talk about appreciable assets and depreciable assets. Put more of your money in appreciable assets. Assets that will appreciate as the year goes by. Then, if you're going to buy into real estate, there are three sites you need. If you're going to buy into real estate, there are three sites you need. Number one is your hindsight. Your hindsight is to help you study what has happened in the past. You'll be able to go back and flash and like what happened in Lekki in the year 1990. That's your hindsight. Don't just buy real estate. Think of the past. People that bought in the year 1980 to have a foremost calculation. Then the second site you need when you're buying real estate is your insights. That is ability to study the present condition. What is happening now in real estate? Stop real estate. When you know the hindsight, you know the insight, then the third site you need is the foresight. The foresight will help you to put into calculation what your hindsight, your insight has given you. You will make a conclusive decision to
look forward.
Property now. In the next 4 years, this property will deliver this social amount to me. It's a projection. Because without having the hindsight and your insight, you cannot have a good projection. That is why I said today on my WhatsApp status that by December 2022, Light City will be selling for 3 million. Because I have seen the hindsight. When we launched it in October, we were selling a plot for 500,000. Currently, right now, is selling for 2 million.
Yeah.
Now, because of the rate of development that is ongoing, I could foresee that by December, it will be selling for 3 million. You need these 3 sites if you're going to buy into real estate. It will enhance your decision making. So when you see consultants, realtors are coming to you to market to you, you will listen to them well, because these 3 sites will really enhance you. So as investors, think of these 3 sites when you are buying real estate. Then I'm going to draw the curtain here so that Mr. Adeleke can take up. How to buy real estate. There are just 4 things you need to do. We're going to buy real estate. 4 things to do. We're going to buy real estate. Number 1, buy location. Buy location. Don't just buy anyhow. There are some location when you put in your money, it will not appreciate. It will not bury, that is, it will not rise, because there is
it will not
no
lift head.
smell of development. Sir,
It will not lift head.
it will not be, thank you. It will not lift edge. So when you are buying property, buy location. There are some places in Adeleke now. Let me say to you, if you buy now, for the next 10 years, it will never vary. Their head will never be lifted. A client came from US last weekend. He said he bought a property 7 years ago. That was 2015. Somewhere in, I don't want to mention the name because we are over there, so I don't discourage other real estate company. Somewhere in the Adeleke here, he said he bought that land 7 years ago. By the time he went there last week, he said he could foresee that it's going to take another 25 years before development can get there.
Chai.
So when you are buying real estate, buy location. There are some prime location you need to put in your money. Places like Ekpe, like some places in Adeleke, they are prime looking at, even is not the sickness of the eye. You will know that development is here. You can see that in the next 3 months, this thing will happen. This thing will happen. So buy location. Number 2, due diligence is another
Yes.
thing you need to do when you are buying real estate. Don't just jump into any opportunity. There are a lot of unscrutinized real estate company all over there. There are a lot of unscrutinized realtors parading themselves as companies, as consultants. They just hear and go and sell. No due diligence. Mr. Adeleke will be a witness. Some persons, when they want to buy through Mr. Dixon, they send their representative to come and see where the land is.
Yep.
They want to see with their own eyes. Some of them even come and take coordinates to go and chart the land to know whether the land is under government acquisition or is under freehold or nothing. Don't just buy. Do due diligence. Due diligence. I tell people that if you are going to buy into real estate, go and see the site. If you cannot go, delegate someone to go on your behalf. And then that will give you a lot of conviction that you know you are buying. At least your eyes have seen what you are buying.
Yes.
Due diligence is important if you're going to buy real estate. Number 3 is that don't buy directly from Omonile. That one is very important. Don't buy directly from Omonile. And I will tell you the reason is that Omonile can sell one land to 10 people. They can sell one plot of land to 10 people. So it is very dangerous to buy from them. Another reason why you don't need to buy from them is that by the time you want to start building on that land, you will pay all manners of money. You pay foundation money, you pay fence money, you pay gate money, you pay lintel money, you pay roof money, you pay toilet money, you pay parking money, you pay water money. Every stage you get in building, you will pay. But when you buy from an estate that they already done the fence, anytime you start your development, nobody will charge you to pay any foundation money. Nobody will tell you come and pay roof money. Nobody will tell you come and pay linted money, because all those things has been avoided. That is why it's called an estate. So I advise investors buy in an estate with a company that have prestige, that have track records, that you know that these people will stay here for as long as earth permits them. And the last one tonight, before Mr. Adeleke takes over, is buy big. Don't buy small. Somebody was regretting that if he had known when Lekki was selling for 120,000, 200,000, he would have bought like 2, 3 acres. He just bought only one. Now he's regretting. If you really want to enjoy wealth in real estate, don't buy small, buy big. The list of our estate is 60 plots. The list of our estate is 60 plots. Another one is 120 plots. They are just like that because you can't buy small. Because when you buy small, you will be disadvantaged by the time the prices of that land has increased. Now imagine Light City that we started selling October, 500,000 is now being sold for 2 million.
400%.
Imagine, it's over 100%.
400%.
Thank you. 500,000, 2 million, and this one is not that an overhead figure. It is a realistic figure. The development is there. You could go there and see development yourself that no, this is worth 2 million. And like I projected that by December, it won't be less than 3 million because by that time, Dangote would have almost, if not almost, at that time, we can even decide to be selling 4 million because Epe and Ibejuleki is now the commercial center for Lagos. Anyone who does not have a property in Epe and Ibejuleki by 2023, they will do like this. I know. Because it would have been, it would have become something of regrets. At that time, maybe they won't be able to afford it because at that time, maybe it will be selling for 10 million, 20 million. That is how Lekki is now. Now, the least you can buy in Lekki right now is 250 million, 230 million, 200 million. And these are plots somebody bought for something about 120,000, 80,000. And it's not that some person don't even have the money at that time, but just that some of us, we undermine ability to take risk. I'm running up so that Mr. Leke will take over. So when you are buying real estate, it's risk, but this risk is tangible risk. These are things we are taught in accounting. There are some tangible risks that you take. You know that this thing I know is there. Even if development will not get there in the next 3 years, my land is still there. That's true. So start buying real estate right now. Start saving your money to buy. You don't need to have 10 million before you can buy. You can buy, you can put initial deposits and spread the balance for 3 months. You can put something and say, okay, please, let me spread my payment for 6 months. But that you don't have a property in Lagos, this might be what will happen to you. Start investing in real estate right now so that you can build sustainable wealth. Even after you have left this world, you will be able to still enjoy the wealth that you would have left for your children. I'm sure this few point of mine has really helped you. Over to Mr. Leke tonight. Mr. Leke is my friend and is a very good person. He's a coach and is also a trainer. I'm sure I've been listening to some of his what I call his teachings on marketing, sales, motivation. So I'm sure realtors that are connected tonight, this will really help you grab so many things from him tonight, and I'm sure you will really appreciate this. Over to you, Mr. Leke.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me add something to what
Welcome.
to what you have said. I think people should also apply their gut instinct when it comes to real estate.
Mm.
From looking back, I've always realized that there are some places that I've heard about, and the hype and the pump around it is so ha ha ha. But somewhere inside, I can just sense that no, this thing is not going to be as sweet as it is, as it sounds, and because of that, I'm able to, I'm able to just divert, and focus elsewhere. And I have learned to trust my guts, because your guts will not lie to you. So when it comes to real
You're
estate,
right.
check everything. Check, just like you said, the location. Do your due diligence. Get all those facts, but check your guts too. When you check your guts, if your gut is saying this thing will be good, then please, by all means, go right after it and get it straight away. So that's also what I just wanted to add to what you have said, because I think that's also one thing a lot of
Thank
people do
you.
not pay
Thank
attention to.
you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So speaking of selling, how to sell real estate. Um, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, and it's not exhaustive. It's my own opinion. I think that we have to first of all think of real estate in terms of value. We have two kinds of value. We have the perceived value and the original value. So when you see a plot of land and they tell you this plot of land is 5 million naira, the first thing that you want to probably check, what is my perceived value of this property? I was going to call a vendor yesterday, and then I requested for a quote, and the quote that the vendor gave to me, it's not like it's expensive, but I realized that my perceived value of what this person was putting forward did not tally with the value that the person put on it. So the very first part should be the place of your perceived value. And I think realtors too need to also consider this. You need to stand on the other side of the buyer and check if the perceived value on this property is actually in tandem with the value that you're putting forward. If the perceived value is not aligning, then you probably want to review it and bring it as close as possible to the perceived value. That, I think, is one of the first things that makes it easy to sell real estate. Because if you do not, if you're not, if there's a wide gap, a wide disparity between the value that you put on it and the perceived value, then there's a big issue. It's going to be very difficult to sell it unless you're able to find somebody whose perceived value for that real estate property is very close.
Facebook, I hope you can hear him. Mm.
So that's the
Continue.
first thing. Now, when you have sorted that perceived value and all of those things, the next thing you want to do is to achieve a product customer fit. I spoke about this extensively in my YouTube video that you made reference to. A lot of times, we are trying to sell the right thing to the wrong person. So, as a realtor, you first have to find out who exactly is this kind of product meant for. You can't be trying to sell an Apple, an Apple X14, the latest Apple phone. You want to sell it to somebody who is hawking nylon on the roadside. It doesn't. They don't tally. So you need to find out clearly, who am I trying to sell this product to? Who needs this product? So there must be a match. And to do that, you need to check the demographics. That speaks about the distribution, a description of this person. What is this person's income level? Where does this person visit? Where does this person live? Where does this person spend most of their time? Who are the people in this person's circle? All of those things. You want to get some information about the person's demographics. Who is this person? How educated is this person? When you have insight into their demographics, as apologies, we have a chairman. So when you get insight into their demographics, then you are going next to find out about the psychographics. How do they think? What is their perception or their orientation of real estate? What's the orientation of value? How do they define land? Is land? Some people believe that land is something they should inherit, not something they should buy. You'll be shocked, but these are things that people have in their heads. So somebody somewhere knows that, oh, my grandfather has a lot of land in this place, and instead of me going to go and spend money to buy land, let me go and claim some of that. And
you go to their village now.
Yes, of course. And they're going to be in litigation for that property for God knows how long, and they may never even get it. So we need to. It's very important to clearly define how these people think. Check their thought patterns, how they reason, how educated they are, the way they think, their IQ level, and all those things. Because those are some of the things that actually determine how easy it will be for you to identify who should be a fitting person. The third thing is the social graphics. Who are the people in this person's circle? Who are the people that this person relates with very often? There are many questions around sociology in this regard. What does the person do on social media? Which social media does this person spend time on? Who are who does this person interact with? Is this person in clubs? What kind of clubs? Where does this person relax? These questions, when you have answers to these questions, a lot of the things you need to know about this are in that video. You can get on my YouTube channel and then get to see stuff about it. So when you have all of those things, put together your findings, look at the product that you have. oh, you are trying to sell real estate in Ekpe, Light City, or Dara City, and then you want to check with your with the person that you have identified. And then once you can find a match, that's where you begin your sale from. So, in the first instance, what I'm saying here is sales actually begins from you before you even interact with the person. If you don't get the person right, you will waste your time. And that's one thing that a lot of people do when it comes to selling. They don't get the person right, and they are putting in a lot of effort, and it appears like nothing is happening. You know, it's like the proverbial saying that I would rather spend 8 hours sharpening the axe, and then I will spend 2 hours to cut down the tree. So many times it's not so much about putting stuff on your status and then just no. Many times we must sit back and come up with a strategy that is fail proof. This is who I am targeting. This is who I'm going for. You know the person. You can identify the person when you see them. So you are going straight on target. Not that you are just throwing this product to all and sundry and then you just expect that just anybody will buy. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So when you have got the customer product fit, then you now move to the first thing, which I'm going to say next. And that is the very first thing is that you must creatively get this person interested. You have identified the right person, no doubt. But hey, is this person interested in this product? Some people are looking for land in Banana Island. They don't want to hear Ekpe. So as
You're
good
right.
as it sounds, offering them property in Ekpe because they are the
Get
right
their
kind of
interest.
people won't work. So you want to probably find that, and to an extent, their psychographics would have given you insight into how this person thinks about places like Ekpe. Yes. So you see that you can actually get some of this information that you need from your product customer feed. So once you know this, is this person interested? Once you can get the person to be interested, remember there's also a place of persuasion in building interest. And sometimes you may need to take people on a journey, on an experiential journey. It doesn't matter if it takes you 3 weeks to cover this. You want to probably, maybe you are saying on your WhatsApp status that, or you're sending broadcasts to certain people or engaging them, every 2 days to tell them, oh, I'm going to be sharing tips about something that I find very interesting. It's something around real estate. I know you have interest in real estate. You probably have some real estate, holdings already. But I'm going to be sharing this that I believe that you're going to find interesting. And then I begin to share tips about Ekpe. Oh, history. In 2016, the Lagos State government made this decision, made this declaration, did this, did that. In 2020, this and this and this happened, this and this happened, this and this happened. You're whetting their appetite. They are beginning to think, oh, really? I never knew. And then in 2021, this happened. This particular estate started selling for this price. I sold social number of plots of this particular estate, and then within 3 months, the price has appreciated to this. And currently, as I speak to you, this is what is happening currently. Oh, Dangote is doing this. Dangote is doing this. Deep sea port is opening very nearby, and national airport is planned nearby. And then by the time you whet their appetite, interest should likely build. But if they don't build interest in the product at that point in time, by all means, I beg you, back off. Because anything beyond that point, you are wasting your time. When they are interested, they will call you. I know that one for sure. With my experience in sales, whenever they are interested, they will definitely call you. So once you've got their interest, I'm assuming you got their interest now, the next thing you're going to do is to ask yourself, do they have the capacity to afford this product or this real estate? Affordability is a critical point when you're trying to sell. Many times people want certain things. Oh, I saw this, for example, I saw these buildings in Eco Atlantic, and I'm hearing the price, $1.5 million, and I'm like, I love it, but hey, I cannot afford it right now. So you need to find out, can this person afford it? Your information from the demographics will answer this question for you without you asking them. So you need to find out, can this person afford this product that I'm selling to them? If they cannot afford it, please, I take God, beg you, bounce. Affordability doesn't necessarily mean that they have the money in their bank account. Yeah, some people have the capacity to be able to take a loan to buy the property. Whether they take a loan or not, that's none of your business. As long as they're able to pool the resources some way to pay for it, that's fine. But if they do not have the ability to pool the resources together, then you're not making any headway beyond that point. Now you have been able to identify that they can afford it. There's a final piece of the pie that you must tick. And what is that? That they are willing to pay. Oh my goodness,
pay.
I have suffered this one before. This person was a right customer. The person was interested in the product. We talked a lot about it. The person spoke with a lot of eagerness, with a lot of excitement. The person is able to pay. But hey, the person was not willing to pay. We were on it for months. Months. And this person just keep on procrastinating. And you know what? I'll get back to you. Okay, I'll call me next week. Call me in 2 weeks' time. I'll call. Sorry, I missed your call. I was already asleep. Or my phone was on silence. All manner of excuses. After a while, it dawned on me that, hey, this person is not willing to pay. And then I had to let it go. So if a person does not check these 3 boxes, a target customer doesn't check these 3 boxes, interest, ability to pay, and willingness to pay, please don't bother yourself. For you to close any sale, a target customer must satisfy those 3 conditions. And that is on the assumption that they are the right customer that is fit for the product that you have to offer. Because this applies across all kinds of products, not even just real estate, all kinds of products. You may be trying to sell fish to somebody and the person is telling you, why will I pay 150 for the fish? This fish is not supposed to be more than 18 naira now. What do you mean? This fish is 18 naira. Highest I can pay is 100 naira. But inside that 150, 20 naira is your profit. So how do you sell the fish? So you must ensure that you are checking these 3 boxes. This is the easiest way to sell anything, inclusive of real estate. If you can check those 3 boxes, then you're done. And with the way Nigeria is today, you want to be double sure that these 3 boxes are checked when you're talking to anybody to buy real estate from you. That's my point on how to sell real estate.
Wow. This apt. I'm sure people have they have heard it in a new dimension tonight. One of the things we should always learn to do is that when we have somebody that is experienced in their own field and giving us how to apply what they have used into our own kind of business, I don't take it lightly. That's why when I saw the video, I said, no, I need to bring you on board to share with you, because I could perceive from the presentation that is an experiential knowledge.
It is.
It's not something that was read from book.
No, it is.
Yeah. So
So
if not that you have practiced it and you have seen it work, there's no how be able to say. There are some people that just come over the air and roll out things they read from books. But some people, they deliver from experience. So I really want to appreciate you. Thanks for taking your time tonight to unveil your heart to us. We hope to do more of this as time goes on. And I want to say that don't stop rolling out those your YouTube videos. Keep rolling them out. You don't know how much.
I released another one just overnight. Yes. So there's a new one.
I saw the notification. I think I'm here to watch. So there's a lot of impact that it will make in people's life. And you can't tell, one of these days, somebody might just stumble on the video and just say, come on, guy, I need you in America. Come and be the head of so. And they start paying you dollars.
and that would be very nice, There's nothing as good as earning in foreign currency. You shouldn't sit down and earn in just naira alone. Earn in different currencies. That's what scripture says. The wealth of the nations will come. Mm-hmm. If you're going to get the wealth of the nations, you should be earning in various currencies, and that's what we're looking for.
All right, so let's give it a wrap tonight. So our encouragement to you, our viewers, investors, and realtors is that for investors, don't hold back. Don't hold back. As much as you have seen the location, you have done your due diligence, and you have seen it that is an appreciable risk, please go and buy it. We are not saying you have to buy from our estate or from our company. Other companies are there selling, but I encourage investors to start buying to real estate right now, because that is the way to sustain your wealth.
And
Even
please
when
ask
after you have left
questions.
the home.
Yes, and
Huh?
people should ask questions. When you're seeing
Ask
information about
questions.
these things, ask questions. I try to say it on my sorry for cutting you, sir. I try to say it a lot on my status that when you see things about real estate, there's this property somewhere, it's selling for this price, don't exclude yourself. It is a Nigerian disease or perhaps a defeated mentality. Don't exclude yourself. Sometimes it's not necessarily about having the money in your hand at that moment in time. Sometimes you need to ask questions. What are the terms that are favorable for you? Ask questions. You may be shocked that they will accept your terms. Ask questions. Okay, what is going on about that place? Oh, okay, somebody mentioned about this particular estate in this particular location. What do you know about it? Can you educate me a little about it? I don't know anything. From your experience, share with me. And they'll be glad to share. Honestly, they will be glad to share. But when it comes to, especially when it comes to your own conditions, this land is 2 million. What I have is 100K. Can I use it as deposit? How long do I have to pay? Put your offer forward. You will be shocked that you can actually work something out that is favorable and comfortable and convenient for you. But don't just,
That's true.
exclude yourself completely. Well, I never get 2 million. No. So I know, make I save my money first. When my money don't reach 2 million, I will now. But by that time that your money is reaching 2 million, the estate has moved to like 5 million. And then you will be on that cycle, on that same cycle,
Mm,
going and coming, going and coming, going and coming. Of course, sir, you know how many times I've come to you to tell you, hey, sir, I have this, I have this. This is my friend, this is my brother, and we work out the terms and conditions in a way that favors everyone, and we move forward, and that's it.
that's true. That's true. That's true. I really appreciate that one. That's a very powerful point as well. So we encourage you, start buying to real estate right now. Put forward your offer. If they said it's 10 million, send your offer to
Put your
them. That's
offer
what
forward.
Mr. Leakey and Pastor Dixon often do. Pastor Dixon would definitely do this. We said, Pastor Paul, my client said he cannot pay 1 million, he can pay 900. I said, let's look about it. And then we just get it and hold it up. So what if they have not put up an offer? They wouldn't have gotten it. And
Exactly.
today they're enjoying it.
Yes. Yes.
And part of now, thank God, bold step. So start taking bold step. And for realtors too, I like you to listen to this broadcast again. I like you to pick those points. I also, because as the MD of the company, I'm also doing my own marketing. I'm doing my marketing as well. So I'm learning from everywhere I can so that I can increase my my
Your
my
sales portfolio.
so I can have a good number of clients.
Clients.
So I'm also learning as well. I'm sure you have gotten a lot from him tonight. Please put them to practice, and I can tell you, you'll be one of the celebrated top realtors in Nigeria, if not the world, but at least in Nigeria, we are doing well. Thank you so much, Mr. Leke, for taking your time out
It's a
to
pleasure,
put
sir.
this to us. Do not take this for granted. God bless you and regards to your family.
And
We
you too,
hope to
sir.
have you next time. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Bye.
All right. Good night, everyone. Tuesday for another edition of this real
All right.
estate.